Today, we're going to dive into a text that asks some of the biggest questions imaginable. What's our ultimate destination? What proof do we have for what comes next? And maybe most importantly, what's the best way to live our lives knowing all this? Okay, let's get right into it.
Our journey starts with this incredibly powerful verse from the Quran. Notice how it's addressed to all of mankind. It doesn't ease you in with a story. Nope, it starts with a command and a stark warning. This convulsion of the hour, that's the great earthquake of the Day of Judgment, and it's described as a terrible thing, something completely beyond what we can imagine.
So, what would a day like that actually be like? Well, the text paints a vivid and honestly a terrifying picture. This isn't just some event in the future, it's the total breakdown of reality as we know it.
To make us understand the sheer terror of this day, the text gets really personal. It describes a moment so overwhelming that the most basic, most powerful human bond, the one between a nursing mother and her baby, is just broken. In her panic, she'll completely forget the infant she's holding.
And the scene of chaos just keeps building. The horror is so intense that every pregnant woman will miscarry. It's a violent interruption of the most fundamental processes of life itself.
Then we get this image of people stumbling around, completely confused, as if they're drunk. But the text makes a crucial point. They're not intoxicated. Their minds have been shattered by the intensity of the torment, a terror so deep it's robbed them of their senses. You see, the chaos isn't just personal, it's cosmic. The very fabric of the universe is coming undone. The skies splitting apart. The mountains, which we see as symbols of permanence, they'll be turned to dust. The stars will just fall and scatter. It's the end of the physical world and a moment of unimaginable terror for every single soul.
Okay, so after that incredibly intense vision of the end, the text pivots. It addresses a very human question. How can we really be sure about life after death? It actually offers two proofs, two arguments based on things we can see and understand right now.
The first proof is all about us. It's personal. It basically asks the person who doubts, before you question a second life, have you really truly thought about the miracle of your first one?
So, the Quran walks us through the stages of our own creation. It all starts with our origin from dust. Then, for each of us, the journey begins as just a drop of fluid, which becomes a clinging clot, and then turns into a small lump of flesh, which is then shaped into a complete human being. It's this incredible journey from lifeless matter to a thinking, feeling person.
The logic here is pretty straightforward, right? If a creator can bring us into existence from basically nothing through this unbelievably complex process, then bringing us back to life a second time, well, that's certainly not beyond that creator's power.
All right, the second proof moves from inside us to the world around us. Think about a patch of land that's totally barren, lifeless, dead. Then the rain comes down. The text describes the earth almost trembling and swelling as it soaks up the water, right before it bursts with all kinds of new life.
And that leads to this really powerful, direct analogy. The revival of a dead earth is presented as a sign, a recurring miracle we can witness all the time. The one who does this for the earth is the same one who promises to do it for us. The proof is literally right in front of our eyes.
So if we accept this reality, an end and then a new beginning, the next question is a big one. What do we do? How should we live? The text then points us toward what it calls the highest and noblest path.
The answer comes in this famous teaching from the Prophet Muhammad. It suggests that true greatness isn't about wealth or power or status. No, the best of people are the ones who learn the Quran and then share that knowledge with others.
Now, it's really important to get this. Learning and teaching means way more than just reading a book. It's a complete lifelong journey. It means reciting its words beautifully, memorizing them, going deep into their meanings, and, this is the key, actually trying to live by its guidance. And here's what's so amazing about this path. It has this dual benefit. By engaging with the Quran, you're working on perfecting yourself, your character, your actions, your spirit. And by teaching it, you're benefiting everyone else. It's about growing as a person while also serving your community and building a society on a foundation of good, solid values.
You know, the rewards for following this path aren't just saved up for the afterlife. The source material makes it clear that this path brings a special kind of honor and respect right here in this world.
And we get some very specific examples. The person who knows the Quran best is the one entrusted to lead the whole community in prayer. They're given respect and precedence in gatherings. And this honor is so deep it follows them even to death, where they're given priority in burial.
But as meaningful as those worldly honors are, the text presents them as just a preview, just a taste of the ultimate rewards waiting in the hereafter.
The text describes 3 incredible rewards. First, the Quran acts as a light to guide you through this life. Second, it becomes a treasure waiting for you in heaven. And finally, your relationship with it is what allows you to ascend higher and higher through the ranks of paradise. And get this amazing detail. A teaching directly links your effort to your final reward. The one who lived by the Quran will be told to read and ascend and recite, and their final home, their station in paradise, will be at the very last verse they can recite from memory. How motivating is that?
So let's just pull it all together. We started by looking at the terrifying reality of the end of everything. Then we looked at the undeniable miracle of our own creation as proof of what's to come. And from that understanding, a clear path was shown, a path of learning, living, and teaching. So we've journeyed from a stark warning to logical proofs, and finally, to a clear purpose. The guidance has been laid out. The only question left, really, is a personal one for every single one of us to think about. What will our relationship with this guidance be?